Da-na-na-na-na-na. 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 Na-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na. Alright, yep. Let's go ahead and fucking do this, alright? We're just gonna jump into this. Alright. Okay. Yeah. First thing I want to address. It's not even in the title, but I still want to address it because it annoys the fuck out of me. Alright, so what is a grifter? What does the term mean? Okay? Alright. A grifter is somebody who lies about their positions to make money, who lies about their opinions and ideas to make money. Well, uh, I have been called a grifter recently for criticizing Jimmy Dore, who I think is a disgusting, dumb piece of shit. And this doesn't make any actual sense to me because you can't, or at least I can't, make any money. I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours, and I don't have anywhere near that shit. All right. So everything I say on here is an actual sincere expression of my actual beliefs. Was unless I'm obviously joking, if I am like doing a silly voice or previously say something to indicate that I'm joking. But for the most part, no. If I'm stating something like how we need to engage in proper strategies, especially while we are in the situations we're in with a duopoly that every single election cycle has become harder to break until the point where, unless we get major election reforms, I don't think it's going to break. So, I mean, there are things that need to be done. Hey, Big Rig. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you. And yeah, I kind of felt that Sam would show up. Like it's Sam Cedar. He's wanted to debate Steven Crowder since Steven backed out of the Politicon debate, which we have here. Sam destroys Crowder's Politicon lie. Right down here is the moment that Steven Crowder knew he was in trouble, and I've got some more stuff that I could go over. But yeah, I do appreciate you for showing up. Thank you. This is something else I wanted to go over, okay? Because I put Jimmy Dore is dumb in the title for several reasons. Partly because I truly believe it, and another reason is things like this. This guy says, "Haha, okay, dude. Even a righty knows a good leftist when he sees one. It's called populism. Look it up." We're talking about Jimmy Dore here, because Cope and C cringing right now. Never good to assume. Uh, Jimmy Dore, I would be worried. Sam, I love the establishment. Cedar, I already watched it. Jimmy gets destroyed by Sam. Jimmy is a dumb fuck low life grifter, and he's like, So, ooh, what's this? Yeah, right. Imagine calling yourself a righty, because this guy's a. Yeah, just some of the funniest shit. Oh, well, thank you. Um, I truly, I fucking despise Jimmy Dore so fucking much. He's toxic to the left. He's he's literally a cancer that is here to destroy any leftist movement and organizing. Like, okay, is anybody who's currently watching either of the? Well, okay, Big Rig is not a lefty, uh, and I guess is the only person concurrently watching at the moment. We got two playbacks though. Is anybody who is currently watching a fan of Jimmy Dore? I seriously like I don't know because people have been shit talking me in my own comment section about how I'm a grifter and shit like that because they're Jimmy Dore fans. I need to know if there's one of you here hate watching because I completely understand this. I need one question answered. Why would Jimmy Dore say that we need to break the duopoly and consolidate behind a party and then start another party for leftists when there's already a solid leftist party? Why? Yeah, I don't like Jimmy. I don't like TYT really even. I check them out sometimes for a more centrist perspective. I check out Deepak and I check out, fuck, really, that's about it as far as centrists go. I watched some Kyle Kalinske for his takes on that. I do watch Vosh. I like Vosh. Uh, I also, I mean, I don't watch Destiny because he's fucking toxic. And then for right wing stuff, I mean, you can literally just pull up any Twitter feed and find any Fox News bullshit, and you can find any right wing perspective, which you can find information within that you won't find in lefty articles, but you have to know how to look for the bias. Yeah, it seems like there isn't a Jimmy Dore fan here. Now, I said Jimmy isn't a leftist. He doesn't advocate for workers controlling the means of production, because I've never heard him ever mention workers owning the means of production, which is one of the base tenets of socialism, which would make him a leftist. He doesn't offer solutions to decommodification, so also not not some form of lefty advocate there. He merely points to the Dems and says they're bad. This shows me that Jimmy just appeals to fucking idiots. Which, yeah, and then he just goes for the ad hom, "Oh, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume you don't work, live with your mom, or have student debt. Call me psychic." Which, obviously, he's a real shit psychic. I have my own house. Like, I don't own this, but I rent it, and it's away from my parents and a car. And I mean, I started this late because I got home from work and late and wanted to relax. It was after 6 o'clock when I got home. I started at 7 o'clock this morning. So, uh, I hope this person tunes in. There's a link in my bio. They checked out my bio. They know that they know I have a YouTube at this point. And this is why I say populism is a disease, because it lets there's twofold. Uh, yeah, yeah, Kyle Packman and Cedar. I watch all of them. Cedar, I'm a bigger fan of than either of the other two. Deepak, I find more centrist than Sam, but not like an actual like a centrist, but he's more neo-lib. I also watch Bastiat some, if you know who that one is. Bastiat's awesome. But the reason that I say populism is a disease is twofold, because Jimmy Dore is seen as a solid choice of news for right wingers that want a quote unquote lefty perspective, and it because like people like Tucker Carlson do that. People like Jimmy Dore go on Tucker Carlson's show. They work in tandem with each other. It lets people see Tucker Carlson as somebody to ally with, and that's not fucking true. Populism is not. If you just blindly are populist, that's bad. Bernie was a populist leftist. He advocated for leftist policies first and foremost and couched them in populist language. He wasn't just blindly populist. People like Jimmy Dore missed the entire strategy and logic behind what Bernie was doing, and it teaches them to see any person who uses that kind of language, not the logic behind it, not the underlying positions, but just the actual language being espoused, they will run to it. Jimmy Dore falls for it, and he teaches other people to fall for it. Because Jimmy Dore is an idiot, and the people who watch him on a regular basis are also probably kind of dumb, at least in the political sphere. I don't want to say that they're dumb overall, because, I mean, shit, some people could look at me and say, oh, he doesn't know how to do math very well, he's dumb. But In politics, it's nuanced. You have to learn how to uncover biases and learn their strategies and uncover figure out the logic behind why somebody is doing a thing. It whole lot of shit goes into politics. Okay, you just can't have simple, easy solutions for every single thing, which is why that I wanted to go here. But this is why when I talk about my lefty positions and advocate for policies and strategies, let's go with, say, free food. I did a video on decommodification of food, which is for any, just more layman's terms, making it to where you don't have to go in and purchase food with your money. You can just go in and get food from like a grocery store. This would lead to a lot of things. I think A, it would lead to a healthier nation, and B, it would lead to reduced food waste, uh, and C, it would tying into uh, subplot or subpoint for a healthier nation would be that it allows homeless people to be able to eat. You wouldn't have as many beggars. I mean, they'd still want other things, so they'd probably still try and get money, but it would allow them to be nourished and guaranteed at least the ability to maintain having food in their belly. Now we need to do something else to address homelessness problems, but this would do something, because U.S. food waste is roughly 30 to 40% of the food supply. So we throw away close to somewhere between a third and almost half, because it's not profitable to feed everybody. This is a problem with capitalism. Not everything is a big money maker, and so it doesn't always get done, even though it's common sense for like moral reasons. The profit motive destroys morality. 31% roughly of the food waste is at retail and consumer levels, with about 80% of this 31% being at the retail level. So food is thrown out way more at grocery stores and things because they can't just give it out. So I go over reasons it's good to decommodify food here, and then steps I think that you could take to do it, or at least like the things that should be done. You have taxes pay for food production instead of markets, so you tax people a little bit, kind of like the universal health care. You tax people a little bit, or you redirect some current tax fundings to pay for farmers and shipment from the government, and then you set aside some of the money to have states pay grocery store employees for restocking shelves and stuff. So they get paid well, but they're stocking the shelves, and instead of having to like do money transactions, they're essentially just scanning your items so that they know what's gone out, how much of what is gone, so that food can be sensibly distributed around places that are like food deserts. We'd have more grocery stores available in those areas, so we don't just have like one here in Oklahoma. We'd have like one crest way down on the way on the south side, one in the very center of town, one way up north, and then like a couple of WalMarts around. Like there's a few WalMarts around. They've been trying to do better about closing out the food deserts in Oklahoma, but uh that's more recent. And then you make food free, but you can put some limits on high demand items. So if there's things that are going like a whole lot and you think people are going to try and like overstock, like in pandemics with toilet paper, you put a limit on it. You go, hey, you can only get like this many per customer. I think that's absolutely reasonable, right? This right here, I mean, yeah, I know people are going to be like, oh, but the taxes are going to go up. Well, you know what? Fuck it. You don't even have to raise taxes because the cost of doing this wouldn't be that high. So you could actually just maneuver funding from, say, the military over to there. If the military is not getting as much funding, they're not getting as much retired equipment out, which means police can't get their hands on as much retired Army surplus. So, I'm good with it. I don't know about y'all, but for sure. Yeah, this was one of the greatest things. I covered it last night after it was already uploaded. So it had already happened, it was uploaded, but so Crowder did a stream today, coping with getting blown out by Sam Cedar yesterday. And by blown out, I mean they didn't even get to a debate. Uh, Crowder had his producer and everything on there. They were both going after Ethan, and Ethan brings in Sam Cedar, and Crowder just loses it. At one point, Sam straight up asks him, "How did you know that I ended my show early last week?" And Crowder's response was, "Because you're an idiot and half your staff hates you." This is true. Real and true. But yeah, so today, greatest cell phone, H3H3 Rects himself, brags about it louder with Crowder. Chat is disabled for this live stream. He had to disable the chat. His own viewers were gonna shit on him. He has to disable it. Oh my god. So, let's see.
And the
Speaking of Big Rig,
opponents, the college kids who aren't schooled in this kind of stuff, and then the body armor and the guns, it's all meant to protect his fear and his ego, and he didn't have it
It's
here.
very strange that he was that worried about me coming on. And then it was really strange that, like, wait, what was your plan? Just to have your producer come over and try and run interference?
Because, like we said, Ben Shapiro in this moment, it's just useful to contrast, would have said, all right, fine, Sam, we're going to do it. Right. You want to talk about masks? We're going to talk about
exactly. Masks. And that's the best thing I could say to Ben Shapiro. Now,
that is true. Ben Shapiro would just he would just he would just square the shoulders and he would go into it. Ben Shapiro would debate Sam Cedar. He would lose, but he would go into it. He's like, "Okay, you got me here. We'll do it." So hypothetically, let's say, and then Sam would be like, "Well, hold on now. What are we even debating? What's the topic here?" Or whatever. Or no, this is the topic. We're not going off on this hypothetical unless it's entirely relevant. Which, from listening to it, it didn't seem to be relevant at all. We're not allowing you to misdirect here, Shapiro. Let's get back on topic. And Sam just absolutely would obliterate him, but at least he would stay, and he would show more integrity than Steven Crowder has ever shown in his entire life.
everything else after that would be atrocious. But continue.
You're so clever. I had no idea that you were taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts eyes.
I wish every.
You take those off with a velveteen buttons.
We must have been
Black
very worried
eyes,
about
aren't
this,
they,
Steven.
Yeah.
Let's pause it.
He must have been very worried about this. True. That's why they don't have the camera on him because see what happened is Sam came in and he said this is oh fuck what a nightmare, and at that point he was pissing and shitting everywhere, just fat plops all over his fucking chair, and so he was having to be cleaned up, and he was also quivering and crying at the same time. trying to find his dad so he could get advice on what to do. But it was too late.
There, so he's referring to my pig pen
Peanuts eyes.
peanuts eyes.
Velveteen rabbit eyes.
Yeah. Now I'm not sure exactly what that means. He's mocking my eyes in some way. Let's table that because he comes back.
I don't know why people don't get this one. Pigpen. Peanuts? Pigpen Peanuts eyes? Pigpen from Peanuts, Snoopy and the gang. He's he's comparing Sam to Pigpen. I don't know.
Back around to. He's really obsessed with my eyes. It's odd. Get obsessed with another man's eyes.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Well, okay, I agree with some other streamers, and I think that Steven Crowder is actually just closeted gay. He can't accept it. He doesn't want to be a Dave Rubin. Because Dave Rubin is shit on by the conservatives all the time.
No sound. No
Okay.
sound.
That was them, not just me.
He came back to it at the end, and he wanted me to take my glasses off. And when we get there, we will. And
I mean, next thing you know, he's gonna ask you to take your shirt off.
I mean, he's maybe we could go shirt off and do a little bench pressing. Maybe he oils me, I oil him. I don't know. I don't know how this works.
I mean, I don't think you are suggesting it. I think that's maybe something he might suggest.
Oh, come on,
So
Sam. I didn't want to do it.
Let's have the
Sam,
debate.
come
If
on.
no one's
I'll tell you what.
worried,
I have a
let's do
general.
this.
I have a general
This is a
rule.
great
I
opportunity.
don't start a debate
to,
based with people on a lie. And how about you get
sabotaging?
How about you get
Steven,
to a
show
30th
yourself,
of the
you
audience
coward.
share?
Steven, show yourself. Don't
30th
show
of the
your
audience.
co-host.
Ethan, you should show
Steven,
yourself.
Ethan, how can you respect yourself as a man, brother?
Steven, Steven, you are such a coward. Stop showing your little leprechaun co-host who comes out dressed like your sidekick.
Come on, Ethan. Why do you have to bring on a
Show
guy who has
Steven.
a 30th of the?
Now, I want to point out something, because we're not going over the whole debate. Literally every single time that Sam tries to say something, Steven just is bowling through, trying not to let him get a single fucking word in. Because he's scared.
Really? What? That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. So you have a
Just
guy
show
with
Steven.
less
I'll pause it
viewers
for
to
1
come
second.
on to
I want
debate
to
him?
explain something else. This is the feed that Ethan's getting. What Steven has multiple cameras. He has a major studio. And so what they do is there's two things that happen. There's the live switching that takes place.
Oh.
And then there's
Oh.
all the footage that they have saved. So, for instance, we never see his studio camera that's up there. And he's got multiple cameras on. He's got cameras on his producer. He's got cameras on himself. He decides to feed the producer because Steven is hiding from Ethan during this, and me, I guess.
No, he's hiding from
But
Sam.
on his show, they use the footage of when Steven wasn't going, Dad, get Dad in here.
And like wiping sweat, make tears,
and cutting it, and they cut it as if they weren't doing that. And so you'll hear Ethan on his version, on Crowder's version, say, "Don't hide," and it's on Crowder because they were in major damage control, right? They were in major damage control after this.
Well, they're screaming. They're so upset.
Well, do we have that video my buddy sent of the chimps? When we'll play that in a second. Right,
Oh my God. Let's see.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. So you have a
Just
guy
show
with
Steven.
less viewers to come on to debate him because you can't?
Well, obviously, if I'm a layup and not a debater.
Well, look,
Yeah,
you're the
I
one
mean,
who called. You're the one who got
Steven,
started
the one that got angry about
Show
it.
Steven. Don't be
Hold on
such a
second. All
coward.
right, hold on. Let me hear what Pigpen has to say here really quick.
Fair enough.
Show
But
Steven.
Ethan, look, I don't. Hold on a second, Ethan. This is because initially
Thank
I came
you.
on here to talk with Ethan. Ethan, come on, man. Look, the same reason that I haven't ever had a conversation with Sam Cedars, the same reason that Joe Rogan Sam Harris, Brett Weinstein, Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro don't own anything. It's based on a lie, Ethan. Just
What's
like
the
you
lie?
claiming my Ethan.
What's the
you
lie?
claiming my
What's the
booker
lie,
reached
Steven?
out to you, Ethan, when you
Steven,
know that's
what's the
not true.
lie?
There's no
What's
one
the
ducking
lie?
you,
Why
Sam.
are you
I've
so
never
afraid?
Sam,
Yo,
Sam,
listen,
Sam,
I
Sam,
think
Sam,
you're
Sam.
a smart
I
guy.
can call out Mike
I don't
Tyson.
understand why
It doesn't mean that I'm
you are
ducking him.
so worried about this.
Why do you feel
honestly,
Well, no, that actually would be if you call out Mike Tyson and then you get into a ring and Mike Tyson walks into that ring and you run, you're ducking him. Well, I guess actually you're just running away at that point. You're conceding and running away. So that's the thing. But I guess they're referring to the Politicon one, and he did agree to a debate, and then he found out it's Sam Cedar, and his dad was like, "No, you can't debate Sam," and he left. He just backed out. So we did duck the debate, and now he's running away from this one.
Why do you feel that anyone, Sam? Why do you feel that anyone owes you airtime when you have a 40th of the audience?
Let's deal with this Mike Tyson thing. Does anybody think in a million years, it's one thing for Steven Crowder to be going like, I want to fight Mike Tyson. I want to fight Mike Tyson. But if Mike Tyson's in a ring and he's got his gloves on and Crowder jumps up and goes, I'm ready, man. Let's do this. Do people think like Tyson would go like, no, I'm not going to.
This was based on a lie.
This was based on a lie. I'm not going to box you. You don't have you're
I thought I was gonna fight Logan Paul or whatever, like Sam said, but actually it's Steven Crowder.
You only
so.
weigh 185 pounds, and I only fight people who are at least 195 pounds. So you can get up in my face, but I'm not going to box you because that's the way I operate. I mean, why does
Not to call Ethan Logan Paul in this situation.
he is? It's more Crowder calling himself Mike Tyson.
Yes, and also I just want to point out so now the thing that Crowder keeps falling back on now, and what he's obsessed with is that, oh, Ethan, you're a coward and you didn't debate me. Ethan from the start was like, I'm not a good debater. I'm in this area. I'm not in politics. He's conceded that point.
Yep.
So that's like, Crowder, you've got literally nothing now because Ethan's already said.
And here's a point that I don't know if they're gonna bring up, but I want to. He wears a shirt to the show that says "Fight like hell," right? It straight up says "Fight like hell" on the shirt. Sam steps up because he's like, "Oh well, Ethan's a layup." So Ethan's like, "I'm a layup. Okay, I'll bring you a challenge." Sam Cedar steps up, and Crowder dips. Like, what the hell? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's why I brought Sam on.
Yeah, he doesn't care, actually.
He really doesn't give a shit.
Okay, go ahead. I think you're a smart guy.
Oh yeah, and because of this greatest cell phone, H3H3 wrecked himself and brags about it. How does he wreck himself here? He straight up says, "I'm not a good debater. I don't do politics." He's like, "I'm not intelligent." He straight up says it. Like, "I'm not intelligent."
I don't understand why.
So I thought I'd bring you a challenge.
Why do you feel that? Why do you feel that anyone, Sam? Why do you feel that anyone owes you airtime when you have a 40th of the audience and you've been doing the show?
I don't think anybody
for 10
owes
times
me
as long?
airtime. I think that Ethan has just given it to me. I didn't ask him for it, and
right.
so
No, you've been begging for it for a long time with everyone
Steven,
bigger than
why
yourself.
Are you so worried about
can't build an audience, and so what happens is he uploads 15 times more.
Do you think
has
your
less than a
audience
50th of the audience?
Well, that's why he wants to debate you, is so he can build his.
Sam,
do you
Sam,
think
come on.
Your audience cares that I only have 1 million subscribers and you have what, 6 or 7 million subscribers?
Let me answer. Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question? Sure. Do you want me to answer your question? My audience would say Sam who? Just like Joe Rogan's audience and Ben Shapiro's and Dave Rubin.
Who I am.
Now they all know who you are because you.
Dave Rubin definitely knows who Sam Cedar is. He's actually like brought him up before. I don't know why he's saying that his audience doesn't know who Sam Cedar is. They definitely do. Especially because of all of the comments under Steven Crowder videos that are just debate Sam Cedar. It's actually really funny.
You had to shoehorn yourself into another coward show.
College students, every day that you do that, change my mind. Hold on a second. Know who those college
This is another
students
lie.
are?
This is another lie. Let me clarify, Sam. Let me clarify, Sam. The change my mind, everyone knows in the show.
My mind. Change my mind is not actually a debate. It looks like a debate. I'm sitting down with college students who disagree with me, and I am telling them, change my mind, and I'm responding back to them. But it is not a debate because if I say it's a debate, then my whole story about why I don't debate people who people don't know would go out the window. So I've already discussed that.
Yeah, it's
one
not,
for Steven.
It's not meant to look like all comers can just come in and give me a debate. We actually just, it's
and he knows who Sam is, and he's already admitted he knows who you are.
Yeah.
I should have said, Steven, change my mind. Change my mind. Therefore, I've entered into the change my mind zone, where I am allowed to. That's exactly, I didn't have a debate with this fifth grader the other day about, I just said, change my mind.
Unfortunately, Steven's chat was disabled for his live stream this morning, so we couldn't tell. But from the comments, it appears that people actually do know who Sam was. They have quite strong opinions of Sam in Crowder's audience.
Interesting.
So.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Why did he disable the chat? It's like he's not really interested in the free exchange of ideas.
Our chat is enabled, folks.
Hello, chat.
Chat is enabled. We will also get to phone calls and IMs. And we
Oh
should
my
say
God.
also,
I don't.
all of these people that he's named have
Where's
had
the Politicon
people who
lie
are
bit,
not
though?
well known.
Yeah, you have, whatever. One.
I mean, it may
he's got
be our
5.
YouTube audience may be a 40th.
At one point it was 40, at one point it was 15,
Yeah.
6 times, whatever.
Day that you do that, change my mind.
Hold on a second. Hold on
they
a second.
don't know who those college
This is another
students
lie.
are.
This is another lie. Let me clarify, Sam. Let me clarify, Sam. The change my mind, everyone knows on the show, right?
Yes.
We've had
How did
professors
you know
on the.
I ended my show early last week, Stephen? If your audience
Because
doesn't even
you're
know
an
me,
idiot,
how
and
did
half
you
of
know
your
that?
staff
Do
doesn't
you watch
like
my
you.
show?
Because I'm
Pause
a
it.
diehard
Pause
fan.
it. Pause it.
Brendan leaked it to Crowder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He doesn't
Brendan.
Like Sam.
All right. Brendan, you better get on mic for this. Now, I understand there's a little bit of pressure. Now,
Don't worry, he won't retaliate by firing you.
all right. Yes.
But he might.
Now, Brendan.
Yes, Sam.
Well, we'll start with Emma. We'll land on Brendan because I have my suspicions. Emma, you haven't been here that long.
You don't really know
Really,
my-
just
yeah.
6 to 8 months.
My allegiances.
But I'm going to look away, so I'm not in any way intimidating you or pressuring you. And we're doing it on camera. People can see that if in any way that I dock your pay or your commissary privileges, if for whatever reason you don't get the extra dessert that maybe Matt might get, people will know. People will know. So, Emma, can you stand me?
Comrade Cedar.
I told Crowder about how you never turn on the fucking AC.
God damn it. But that you're not answering my question. If I promise,
That's one of the staff that hates you. Between Brendan and I, we just need to hate you a half. And then Crowder's right. And we both hate you a quarter.
We both hate you a quarter.
Yeah.
okay, so Crowder's wrong. Crowder's wrong.
Well, no, it's both our quarters. So Brendan and I's quarters add up to a half.
It's a
and then
draw. It's
Emma's
a draw.
Full.
Oh no, then he's right.
Yeah, so
Right,
it's
okay.
just half.
Oh wait, both your quarters.
No,
Oh shit.
I'm taking it down to 75% because
Oh, so
I
it's
do
only, yeah.
I do like when you leave me those extra cookies
Okay.
that you refuse to eat.
So in other words, only 3/8 of the
Jesus.
staff can't stand me and hate me. All right, I just wanted to make that clear. So when we're talking about lies, Steven Crowder,
But like, let's
3/8. I think you'll find it's
let's
3/8.
investigate that. So like, what's he?
3/8.
One of us tipped him off. Like, maybe be more prepared, Steven.
Yeah, you'd figure, right? If he's implying that the staff tipped him off that Sam was gonna jump onto debate that was scheduled for last week, that he would, be prepared for it. But instead he canceled. And if he knew that it was going to happen again this week, he should have been prepared. But he wasn't. Caught with his pants down, like every college person that sits down with him who has no idea who the fuck he is, although that's way harder to do now. People know who he is. But they do get a little overconfident. But sometimes a lot of the time, I think he just gets blown the fuck out.
Do it.
Wait, where's my board? You gotta.
Aw.
Oh God, he comes into the studio first time. Okay, I'm sorry. Will you say that again, Matt? One of you guys, what? Yeah, one of you guys tipped off Crowder.
Oh yeah. Well, the idea that one of us tipped off Crowder, he should have came more prepared, like Jason Bourne would have done.
Okay. I continue.
Yes, it's because he's a diehard fan.
If you're a
I've
diehard
heard of you,
fan,
but I just met you.
Why not
Congratulations,
have me
Sam Cedars
and
fan.
Stephen
I'm
have a
just a huge
conversation?
fan.
I will
Well,
talk
right now,
about
every
the
time I
issues
try and
that you
talk, you're
want to talk
interrupting,
about,
Sam.
Stephen.
Yeah,
Right
anytime
now, I'm
you
trying to talk with you. You're interrupting, Sam.
bombarded the show.
Okay,
You
go ahead.
bombarded my
interrupting. I interrupted him.
That's a
what
fucking.
it is.
Oh my
Incidentally,
god.
If you look at the version that he put out, my audio is ducked. They
Yeah.
lower my audio in that. Now remember, they have separate channels, so it's not mixed. There's no doubt in my mind. On Zoom itself, it saves the channels. He ducks our audio.
Wow.
In addition to Newsweek, now Vice has covered the story.
Let's go.
Newsweek has a thing on it?
show under a false pretense. You claim that just like you claim that I ducked the debate with you under a false pretense. Have I ever?
That is what the Politicon people told me.
Oh, is that what they told you?
Well,
So you're just lazy with your research?
Oh.
Pause
Oh.
it. Let's do some research here.
Oh. Let's see. Uh, even before he gets into his research, if the event organizer tells you, hey, this person is up for debate at this event, like they've agreed, we have confirmation, and then you go, yeah, I'll debate them, and then they get wind of it and then back out, and they're like, no, we're not going to debate. We're just not even going to be there. That's pretty sad,
Steven's going to say, like, I never went to a Politicon. There was like 3 Politicons, right? I think there was 3. I only went to one. Just the fact that he hadn't gone to any Politicons, maybe that time he was going to go and he didn't.
Yeah, you'd never gone to one.
Here is the phone call. And Brendan, were you here at this time? Not like, okay. Oh yeah, you went.
Here is the exposing the lie. Because Crowder, but it's Crowder. Every lefty knows he lies. This is for anybody who may be a conservative in this audience. Crowder is a gigantic coward, just massive bitch baby, and he can't debate somebody who actually knows their shit, who's confident in debate. Also, if you're right or left, Jimmy Dore is a dumb fuck. Just keep that in mind at all times.
What happened was, they said that I was going to debate Crowder. We were ready to go. This was a couple months before the actual thing, and then it was weird. They were sort of like being evasive about it. They hadn't confirmed it, and so she said, "Can we talk on the phone?" Because she didn't want to write it down on an email. And we're not going to play the woman's name, and we slowed it down before, but I subsequently think, like, I don't think she works there anymore, so I don't think she cares. Here's
also Politicon didn't even seem to care because they retweeted.
Oh yeah, Politicon, yeah. Oh yeah. Wait a second. That's evidence too. Politicon retweeted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably because they were pissed that he backed out at the.
God damn it. I didn't even know that. Woo. Oh, that's amazing. Oh God. Oh no. No, no, no. Not good. Very not good.
Last minute.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
they had to pitch us as in this phone call. They had to pitch
Okay,
us other
so
people.
play the call. I forgot about that.
Things are moving along. I was literally just building your proposed schedule panel.
Oh, great.
I know. It's very exciting stuff. So you'll have all of that soon. I did want to talk to you about the debate.
Okay.
So it seems that Steven Crowder has maybe gotten some cold feet
Okay.
and feeling a little intimidated. So I don't think he's coming.
He's not even going to come?
Right.
Why is that?
You know, it's a great question. I would love to ask it to him myself. He's not even answering anymore.
Really?
Really? Sam. Yeah, so I don't ever want to hear anything about Crowder, like, not having backed out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. That's too bad.
Interesting. But I have two other options for you that I think might be interesting.
Okay.
And if they're not, we can go to the drawing board.
Okay.
We're happy to do that. So we have Candace Owens coming from Turning Point USA. Are you familiar with her? Kanye's a big fan.
Sure.
The other one we have, which actually I think would be my preference, I think it could be very interesting, and I think it's a very interesting dynamic, is Dan Bongino.
Who is Dan Bongino?
Dan Bongino, he eluded me at the beginning because I didn't quite understand who he was.
I was wanting to cover this thing, but if it's literally... Wait, is it still going? The Senate stands adjourned until June 23rd. Okay, so tomorrow at 2 p.m. Jeez, okay. From what I understand, they've already, like, voted no on the bill with a 50-50 split on that, so they don't have enough votes, and that's, a thing. So, we have to somehow absolutely obliterate the Republican Party. Like, make them completely politically irrelevant. Good. 34 minutes. Portland police will no longer pursue minor traffic infractions. That's a good step. Okay. They won't, like, chase you down for it. They'll probably just take down your license and stuff, your license plate and your tags and stuff, and then send you a ticket, which is better than having to deal with a cop in person and deal with the bullshit. Because at this point, they can tell if you have insurance, because you have to have insurance to get your tags. Portland police will no longer pursue, and they will limit car searches as well, which is, solid. Because most car searches were based on drugs and shit. Advanced cheater, and he blames me. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This interview got modded by Nick Lutzko, I think, and It's called Eminem is a Talking Heads song. I'm not gonna play it, but y'all should look that up. It's fucking great. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's a red pill.
China has a knife.
I don't want to. No, I'm not gonna watch the dumb shit. Oh yeah.
He's had insane growth on YouTube and Facebook Live and things of that nature. He was former Secret Service, and now is just a big pro-Trumper. I'd love to send you some info and background on him and kind of what our idea is behind it.
Okay.
But if neither option is favorable, I can absolutely go back to the drawing board. I have not a single problem doing that. I want to make sure this is a great experience, number one, for you, and something that's interesting and toothsome for you to get into also.
Yeah. I mean, I'm familiar with Candace Owens, and that might work. But send me information about that other guy. I just have never heard of him. And yeah, that's a real shame.
I think
Crowder.
You're bigger. Yeah, I don't know what his team is doing around him, and that's just for me to speculate at this point.
This is Anprim. I don't have a problem if individual people want to do this. This is the last video of this. And see, he does. Wow. And then, yeah, seeing he. Wow. Yo. I could just react to this. Holy shit. Just react Angie to the rest of this video, alright? He's making bricks. Getting them set up to make a fireplace at this point. Do we want to restart this and watch the whole thing? Yeah, chat. Do we want to watch this whole thing and react to the whole thing and learn? Or do we just continue from here? Oh. Fucking Nazi that I've been arguing with. I'm following Demon Mama. And last week tonight. I'll say this right now. John Oliver is one of the best mainstream left-leaning sources you can get. Sam Cedar is total Sigma deity. You know what? Let's finish this out. Yes. Always. By the way. Oh my god. What? Oh god. Oh my god. Anime fighting game, $10 Jump Force. Oh my god. I figured I'd come tell you because I figured you might be able to be able to know about that. I mean, I know we just went up the water bill. I don't know. I Sorry, that was a.
I don't know.
He has a whole team and he won't do it. He can bring the team.
I believe it's his father, but I can't confirm or deny that.
Okay. All right.
I'm not quite sure. That was just my inference.
I understand. Well, I mean, he's young, isn't he? He's not that young, is he?
He's a young guy. He's in his 20s.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, send me. That's it. And then, of course, we had the whole correspondence with Gavin McGinnis on his show. People can go and.
Yeah, I've already seen that, so I already knew all about that. But for y'all, I mean, it's the thing. You can go and watch the thing. Anyways, let's react to this. Let me go ahead and touch up the stream title. Okay. Update the thing. So at least it says and React Andy. Let's go. Build your primitive hut. Actually, why did I go to it? Why did I go back to it? I want to start here. We'll start 5 minutes in. He's short-haired. It's the beginning. He's just doing Amprem shit. He's doing all of it with just nature tools and shit. Just living. I wonder if he's doing it vegan. Way baked. I guess not. Yeah, not vegan. Which, you know, I'm not vegan, so. I didn't know you could do that. Did you? You can fucking... Huh, okay. He's not boiling of what? Not necessarily safe. You should distill your water. We know how to do that. It's a safe process. Well, at least like boil it and purify it. That's a safe process. It's natural. Boil it. Ooh, basket. Huh. Wow, yeah, you know, okay, so I don't think this would be for everybody, so this is part of the reason I'm not in Amprim. I don't think everybody would want to live like this, so destroying everything and going completely back to nature and living the way that this guy is currently living. That's not what everybody wants to do. There are people who literally couldn't do this and could survive. And so, I don't have a problem with people who just want to do this. This is fine. I think there should be absolutely no law against people living this way. And there kind of is. You have to level it up as much as possible. This is so interesting, though. If we get the pincher started somehow, and that's how you used to have to do it. He wove himself a door. Fried cactus and quail egg, huh? Interesting. Okay, so that's cutting some cactus with a little. I'm intrigued, alright? I don't know about y'all. I know that I'm sorry, any vegans who are in here, anybody who's thinking about veganism, I mean, you can't be an Amprim and be vegan, I don't think. Because you're not allowed to farm. You have to live just everything off of nature. And unless you know an area where beans just grow naturally off the wild, then proteins and shit are hard to come by. Unless you, like, catch fish or get eggs. It's why primitive people evolved eating meat. It's the only thing that allowed our brains to evolve. That's it. Eating fish in the eyes and the brain and all of that. I think this guy's doing like Amprim shit. Straight up, I think he's like showing you how to do Amprim things. And I think he made a whole bunch of videos. Animal fur yarn, huh? That is intriguing. What do y'all think? I mean, I don't know about you, but he's literally showing you how to do stuff. Or I guess they, I don't know. They are showing you how to do stuff. This is absolutely phenomenal. Hello. Mat. Bamboo mat. See, this is just cool shit. All right, I don't know about how you all feel about this, but I am really enjoying this. I just don't want this for everybody. I don't know if I could. I mean, I could probably do it if I didn't like technology so fucking much. The hell, if I got like a group of friends, 'cause I think that's the main deal. If I got like a group of all my friends and we just went off, I think we could do it. And for no hierarchy. Don't drink that. What are you making that out of? Just drink. Let's save it for cleaning any injuries you get, but you know, that's just me. That takes delicate handwork. Wow. Oh, and don't worry, we'll get to some Jimmy Dore here in a little bit. But I just want to kind of see what he's doing. I mean, that is weaving that grass and stuff. That is delicate handwork. Basket weaving. Oh, people say, oh, what are you going to use underwater basket weaving for? So you can weave baskets even faster on land, even more accurately on land. When the Amprim revolution comes. I'm not an Amprim, but you know. Who knows? I'm alright with anarchist revolutions. And yes, Amprims are kind of leftist. Yeah. Oh, look at the baby. No puppies. Oh, I love the puppies. Oh. Ruffo. Go sub on Instagram. Go to Ruffo. Go find Ruffo on Instagram and sub. You must do this. Dog. Kind of dry it out a bit. Roast it a bit, I guess. You wet it. You grill it up. Then you have a primitive plate. Makes a cake. He makes a cake. This shit is cool. Look at this. Look at that. Bro made himself a cake. Happy birthday, dude. I feel now, alright. This is the improvement over time. It's like, hey, yeah, this kind of started out like this, and now I'm like this. He probably takes some breaks and goes back to society for a little bit and talks to people, like maybe a day or two, or maybe people come out and talk to him, because being alone and stuff and not know where he keeps up on social media, I don't know, but he's out there living it. Not true Amperm shit, if he lives it up on social media. Now that'd be cool, living like, being able to live like this, but still have like technology and stuff. That'd be dope. You can have like your phone, and somehow you get power out there, or you figure out how to like generate your own power. Fail to charge your phone. Wow, he made himself a little thing. Grinding away. Right, it's dirty though. Look at that. I mean, he cleaned himself up some, but probably delicious. All natural. Or they might taste like utter shit. I don't know. Okay. I'm at least gonna like it. I may not sub. I want to see what's going on. Wait, did he go there? Wait, is that where dude lived? What? Look at all this. So yeah, see, before it was like Snake Island. What? Wait, there's people that live there? What? Huh. Huh. Yo. Okay. No, let's see what this. This is where they did, where Bud did the primitive shit. This is absolute king behavior. There's no way that Snake Island has people on it. Like, what the hell is Snake Island ban? Population 0? It's dead now. Huh. There are people on it, though? Huh. No. No, that can't be true. I mean, like, look at this. Just snakes. Just snakes. Wait, what? Bikini Atoll. Okay, I don't know about half these islands. North Sentinel Island isn't covered in deadly snakes. It's covered in people who will kill you. Oh, Bikini Atoll, nuclear radiation. This one haunted? I don't know about that one. Radiation, anthrax, and yeah, see, bow shoots people, snakes, Snake Island. Anthrax bombs, nuclear tests, and venomous snakes have made some islands around the world extremely deadly. Yeah, no shit. Maybe we shouldn't be doing anthrax bombs. Who the fuck thinks of that kind of shit? Oh my god. Somebody that's really fucked up. That's who. Maybe they just want to cause pain. Just snake, 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 everywhere. Look at this. 20 photos. We can just look at 20 photos of this. Just right. Yeah, because this is getting eaten. This is a bird. A big bird just getting eaten. This is the kind of person we just don't get. Even with an entire navy and about 1,000,000 snakes telling you to stay about 100 miles away from this place, you're gonna go alone to conquer the reptilian beast. Wait, is that guy? That could have been Primitive Guy that we were just watching. So many snakes. Iguanas? Cliffs plus snakes. Yeah, they just hang out. Yeah, I mean, why would you even want to go there? Look at that. It's just got fucking snakes. That's. Wait, what? Really? The swimmy snakes as well? It's like a terrifying game. Where's Waldo with snakes? Yeah. This is the most venomous snake on the planet, and it lives on that island. So, well, I think I could identify that as a snake because the scales. Wait, what? There's two rabbits, and they're probably going to die. It's just, guys, it's piles of snakes. Right? This in Australia, they just shouldn't be inhabited. Why do people live in Australia? This doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I know the historical reason, but I mean, we know how to move now, y'all. America has enough space for all of Australia. So this is never a place to go. Just don't go there, alright? Just fuck off on all of that. Hell nah. This is not the same island. I guarantee it's not the same island. Who are you? Huh. He just took a picture. He's just focusing on that, I guess. I'm not. Alright. So I did my own artwork with my mouse. Yeah. It's hand drawn for my thumbnail. Alright. And I know that's probably one of the problems that I have is the art's not very good. It's fucking bad, actually. I know this. But hey. You know what? Let's go here. Yeah, no shit. Okay. You know, I want to go over something here. Progressives not demanding Biden keep his promises. Outrage Biden packs court with Trumpers, which is a little misleading. He packs immigration court with Trumpers, which is bad. Still, but it is a little misleading. Be a little more honest with your things, Mr. Journalist. Jon Stewart embraces lab leak theory as Colbert freaks out, which I think Jimmy Dore pushes the lab leak theory. I'm not 100% sure, and he's dumb as fuck. The false accusation here was never exposed, you disgusting dipshit. Uh, if it had been, people would have already sent me clips of it. But guess what? They can't. TYT did do some misogynistic shit, and they actually showed signs of growth, unlike Jimmy Dore. I need to make a point, though. I need the overall point. Oh my god. How many times does he upload? Does he have like 4 videos a fucking week? Or like 4 a day? Like, this is. Let's see. Yeah. Hmm. Pushes the lab leak theory. Fauci declares himself. So he attacks Fauci, pushes lab leak theory. This isn't a lefty position. DHS attack pipeline protesters. Probably. Yeah. Slave labor encouraged by the Biden administration. I mean, they ended the contract. They said they're not allowed to renew contracts with private prisons. So, that's a little bit better at the very least. I don't know what he's necessarily what he's going on there. Uh, might have to check that out later from a better source than Jimmy Dore. Attacks the Young Turks, attacking Democrats, attacking Biden keeps Trump's tax cuts for the wealthy. Let's see. Liberals cheer, censoring Trump. Gay pride used to shield rapacious oligarchy. Biden insults black business owners. Putin is on LinkedIn. UFOs have a new name. Google blurs out map of Gaza. Something about the Washington Post. Yeah, see, all of this is attacking Democrats. Attacking Bernie, who's done more to radicalize people and done more to help working people than Jimmy Dore has ever done or will ever do with his entire existence. Biden ensures another Trump, which No. If you're actually doing a good job as a leftist with your organization and your like political advocacy, no. Biden does not ensure another Trump. That's only if you are somebody as dumb as Jimmy Dore and bad at political analysis. Again, as somebody here in my chat has pointed out, right? Can I? Can I? No. Okay. Well, let me do this. Yeah, I don't know what he expects at all. That's just the worst idea. Him and his backing Tulsi. Why did Jimmy Dore back Tulsi? Alabama legalizes weed. Okay, I want to point something out here. Just because somebody or a state does something, one issue, one issue, and I mean, fuck, is legal weed even really a progressive issue? No. Conservatives want it too. Big Pharma who didn't want it, and they're failing. States are doing it. And the government's gonna do it soon. Like, because it's just gonna be legal everywhere. And then they're gonna be like, oh, we can't enforce it unless you're getting on a plane, but people are gonna protest that, and we're just gonna have to change. So it's gonna fucking change. Okay, eventually, like within the next like 10 years, I guarantee you, we will have federal legal weed. Maybe even just all drugs. Here you go. You can just go to a pharmacy and get like your heroin or whatever. I don't, whatever. Uh, deadly mass protests enter third week in Colombia. Oh, he's actually talking about a foreign thing here. Foreign affairs. Former New York Times journal approves killing children. Probably not. Biden continues doing Putin's bidding, but also shit up here with Biden confronting Putin or whatever. Yeah, Biden did do weird, creepy thing. He's super fucking old, alright? Oh, and then these super cringy bits like this. There's one that I watched the other day on stream, and it was super fucking bad. Did he remove it? Oh my god, did he remove it? Was it not new? Wow, he's got like 2 videos on it. Oh, no, that's just him doing a cringy. Yeah, see, he says, cringe! Biden insults black business owners, but he does so much fucking cringe. I don't. Chris Hayes wrong on lab leak while being a partisan hack, huh? Fuck it, let's go with
Chris
this
Hayes
one.
pulled a boner, which is always fun. He pills many. Uh, MSNBC. This was from May
Wait.
5th, 20. Chris Hayes pulled a boner, which is always fun. He pills many.
He pills
MSNBC.
many.
This was from May 5th, 2020. Chris Hayes on the theory that coronavirus escaped from a lab in Wuhan, China. The Trump administration is so desperately grasping at straws, trying to find someone to blame, they don't even seem to understand what they themselves are saying. Chris Hayes, can you look at me in the eyes and say that? Can you look at me in the eyes and say that?
I'm sure he fucking could.
I guess he doesn't want to let science. Science is going to figure out where it came from, Chris. But it's good in the meantime. Anybody who has a different idea than you try to smear. And
Hey, guess what? We already fucking knew where it was. The reason that the lab in Wuhan was chosen is because the bats that carried the coronavirus were near there. So they were able to get access to the bats easier. They were studying it in a lab. People interacted with the bats, passed it on, caught it, passed it on. People interacted with the bats in the wild, coming across it on hikes and shit because they're just bats. Mutated, went along. They didn't get done testing in time. Jesus fucking Christ.
Stigmatize as some kind of crazy.
No, you're just stupid.
Because guess what? Chris Hayes was wrong. Because now, this is from the Wall Street Journal, intelligence on sick staff at Wuhan lab fuels debate on COVID-19 origin. Report says researchers went to a hospital in November 2019, shortly before. So there was 3 people working in that lab in November of 2019 who all got so sick they had to go to a hospital with coronavirus symptoms. And so that's what this is about. Now, a lot of people are saying this is the U.S. intelligence community trying to pull a fast one on you that say it came from a lab leak. Hey, how about we all we let the science is supposed to figure this out, right? Because didn't that former head of the CDC say he thought it came from a lab, but he said it doesn't matter what I think. The science will figure this out.
If people look way too hard into certain statements like that, came from the lab doesn't mean it was a lab leak. Like it was, because the lab leak thing is all about how they intentionally leaked it from a lab, as opposed to some people got sick. I mean, it's a virology lab. You're messing with fucking viruses. Oh, people might get sick and they might have to go to a hospital.
So why do people gotta keep doing this? Let people speculate that it came from a lab. Let people speculate it came from nature, and science is going to figure it out. Why do we have to stigmatize someone for having a different thought than you?
Because we already have the evidence beforehand. Just because one person said, I think it could have come from a lab, that doesn't mean, oh, hey, that means it came from a lab. It means that one person thinks it's possible that it might have, not that it was actually a possibility in this case. Like, yes, it's feasible to have happened, but highly unlikely. But, whatever. I don't trust Jimmy Dore's characterization of anything after hearing, any of his takes and then looking at any articles or anything. I mean, hell, this one this one doesn't even fucking matter.
There's evidence on both sides.
Not really.
Science will figure this out. That's what I'm told. Ron, isn't that what you've heard? Everybody said the science will it doesn't matter what our opinion is, science going to figure this out, right?
Well, and it's think about how ridiculous it is that there are sides too. Like think about it's just like there should be one side, and that is, hey, let's find out what happened so that hopefully this doesn't happen again ever. That should be the only side that exists.
A lot of people, but a lot of people have a lot of different theories. Hey, you should be allowed to ask every question at all times.
Oh no, totally. But what I mean is,
no, I don't agree with that. Literally, just epistemically, do not agree with that. Like, you should not be able to just ask any question at all times. There are questions that just should not be asked.
The last time we talked about this on the show, and I said the same thing that I'm saying now. I said then, and it's still true. I was like, we don't know where it came from yet, but we got to find out. The scientists got to figure it out. After I said that, I got
Are the fireworks done now?
emails from both sides.
Yes, me too.
Accusing me of enabling the other.
Yes.
Like I got what? Like some people emailed me and they're like, Ron, no, we know that it was from a lab. No, you don't know.
Now I'm hearing the rhetoric that you guys have engaged in. No, you push people more towards believing that it came from a lab.
That. We
Especially
don't know
Jimmy.
that. We don't know.
He's a
You
fucking
have Trump
dumbass.
derangement syndrome. That's you have Trump derangement. Even though you were one of the few people on the left who questioned Russiagate, and even though you're one of the first people who says our problems didn't start in January on 2017, you have Trump derangement syndrome. And then I also got emails from other people going, you are enabling right-wing conspiracies. Right-wing conspiracies exist when a comedian accurately mentions that we don't have a conclusion that we don't have yet. This makes sense in my head because I have brain worms and nobody hugged me enough. That's every Twitter troll to me, Jimmy. That's how they all sound in my head.
That is how they all sound.
Yeah, okay. So more about Chris Hayes. Where's his? So he's just railing about Chris
Everything
Hayes.
so this is a cult now. The Democratic Party is a cult. Chris Hayes is inside of a cult, and anybody who doesn't adhere to their precepts of their cult.
Yeah, okay, so it's just a whole lot of mudslinging from Jimmy Dore because this isn't actual like work, like journalism. This is just mudslinging bullshit. Noam Chomsky is wrong. Rarely. Jesus fucking Christ, Mitt Romney. That is something that he did say. I just forgot to, cover it because there's so much shit going on. Yeah, see? This is all just like lying bullshit for the most part. Let's go way back and let's see. What was he criticizing 9 months ago? Greenwald interview. Okay. Trump, media hysteria. Okay, shit. Greenwald. Biden's cabinet of corruption 7 months ago. CNN attacking Democrats. Pompeo reveals what Trump is doing. Okay, so it's a skit attacking Democrats. Democrats. Colbert weeps over Trump press conference. Trump loses, now what? See, that's a title like. Okay, let me point out. A real leftist that I watch titled their video, Biden won, now what? Jimmy Dore titled it, Trump loses. This is like an alt-righter version. Or just a conservative version, like a Steven Crowder. Trump lost. Now what? What do we do? How do we gather together? The election. How did this happen? Yeah, see, this is like he's supporting Trump with this. The election, who's to blame? Like just these titles. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bhaskar Sankara, you fell for Jimmy Dore's bullshit. Biden's tongue twisters, Barack Obama gaslighter, Democrat. This is 7 months ago. 7 months ago. 7 months ago. Trump wants to lose. So cover for Trump. Trump versus Pelosi, who won't help Americans. Okay, so it's fictionalized Pelosi quote unquote comedy skit. I've seen a few of those, and they're not funny. Watch them in the incognito mode so nobody gets the actual views. That's right. What Obama got away with. Spineless Democrats. Bob Woodward's new book on Trump. Or RGB. BG, yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Blech. Fuck, it's already 9 o'clock. In fear voting, vote your values. Democrats prevent democracy. Okay, yeah, see, attacking Democrats still 9 months ago. Why Trump didn't invite Chris Christie to the RNC. Laughing at Chris Christie. What happened to Bernie Sanders' birthday? Okay, so yes, fucking stupid skits. Why warmongers hate Trump. Covering for Trump. Obama sells out. Attacking. Cover for Trump. Attacking Democrats. I don't. Yeah, see, okay, so he likes the whistleblower protections, which is fine, and then he runs cover for fucking Trump and shit. Jimmy's childhood and spiritual journey. I don't think you've ever had a spiritual journey. You're such a condescending, arrogant dickhead at all times. And you're toxic. All art is political. Yeah, pretty much. Not really though. Not all of it. There is non-political art, but it's very rare. Most art is political. That's it. Let's attack the Dems and then run cover for Trump. That's what he does. Okay. 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 Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna close it soon. Yeah, see, attacking. That's literally all it is. Is just attacking the uh the the Democrats. I understand criticizing the Democrats. They do shit that I don't like. They aren't fighting hard enough for a $15 an hour minimum wage or anything like that. There's things that they could be doing. I can admit that. The Dems are failing in several regards. Okay? I also suggest people go and watch this. But the Democrats are failing on immigration, election reforms. Although they did try and push it, the Republicans are blocking that. All 50, it was a 50-50 split. Wait, if it's a 50-50 split, where's Kamala? Oh wait, for this regular voting thing, they need 60 because it's not reconciliation. So even if it was 50-51, it wouldn't pass. They need 60 votes. They need, strangely, 3/5 of the Senate to vote yes. But they're blocking voting reform. What? Oh, God. We have to do it, everybody. We have to.
Sorry, dude. Your phone just did not sound good. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. But not for this caller from 704. It's the best thing that could have happened to this caller from 704. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Yes, just wanted to make sure you're talking to me.
Yeah, I am. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Calling from North Carolina. My chat name was One Bad JKUR. A lot of your fan people in there were saying, cold feet won't call, so here I am. I'm glad I made it on. I actually wanted to chat with you about the Steven Crowder thing, and I want to come in a way of respect. I'm not here to make, call names or anything like that.
Okay.
What I found disturbing about all this is the fact that, what was the other guy's name? Ethan?
Ethan,
is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was supposed to be a debate between Ethan and Steven, and I guess it was about something they were arguing. I'm not on Twitter, so I didn't follow that aspect of it.
Yep.
You shouldn't ever be on Twitter.
But for you to jump in on that, okay, I'm assuming that you're wanting to, I guess in a boxing way, you want to you want to make your jabs at Steven. You want to debate him, am I right?
That's correct. And I don't know if you've been following what we've been talking about on the show, but years ago we were booked in a debate together at a place called Politicon conference, and the Politicon people told me that Steven had dropped out when he found out that he had to debate me and ran away. And so since then, I've been saying, let's engage. Look, the word debate, you can call it what you call it. Are we having a debate right now?
Yes, I think we are.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So, so this is, I wanted to have this kind of exchange with Steven, and he didn't. And so Ethan invited me on the show. Let's be clear. I didn't just jump on. Ethan invited me. Now, Steven certainly didn't know that was going to happen, although it turns out he suspected that would happen. But go ahead.
All right. So with that being said, and like I said, I don't know you. I am a Mug Club subscriber, which is his paid subscription thing. I want to be forthcoming.
Okay.
I have no judgment against you because I know nothing about you. Just coming from what I saw, and I've watched the entire thing from start to finish because I am in the Mug Club, so he's pretty transparent with everything. It looked to me that.
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, you watched the whole thing. Yeah.
You jumped in on a conversation that had nothing to do with you, okay? Now, with that being said, I am going to say this as a paid Mug Club getting tongue-tied. Mug Club subscriber. Steven, as a paid subscriber, please debate this guy. I actually want to hear it, okay? Now, I'm a diehard Steven fan. I love his content. I like his comedy. I understand some people don't. That's fine. That's the great thing about America. You don't have to like everything everybody does. But yes, Steven, please.
Oh my God, no, stop.
Sam, I would like to see that. I would like to see the two opposing views clash and see what comes of it. And hopefully it can be a respectable.
Yes! And of course, Sam would be entirely respectable towards Steven Crowder as long as Steven stayed respectful towards Sam. That's just how it operates.
I agree. Now, let me say this. I will concede that what I did was a little bit rude. Okay? Because...
And that's why I'm calling, and that's why I'm glad my call got taken, because, I do agree with some of your people. I wish Steven would have said, I'm not going to say the F-bomb.
Right.
I wish he would have just said, screw it. you know what? You're here. I'm taking you on. However, I understand why he did that, and it is because of the whole subscriber, viewers, whatever. If you look at the music industry, sure, go ahead.
I don't mean to interrupt,
sure.
but so
That's fine. I'll follow up after.
What was your name again?
My name's Brandon.
Okay, so Brandon, and I appreciate the call, and I will say, like, here's my dilemma. That I want what you want, which is I want his set of ideas, which I don't agree with. That's fine. Like you say, that's what makes America, America. It makes, I mean, to be honest, it makes other places too. But for the sake of this conversation, we're talking about American politics, and that's one of the things that, but these guys, now, I don't want to be disparaging. If what was being done, like he said, there has been this concerted effort.
By the way, this is what makes having a roommate super cool is if they know you're a streamer, like mine does, they sometimes will run off and get you food while you're streaming. And that's absolute Chad behavior. 110% Chad behavior. I'm going to dab to that. And because I dab in my house, and yeah. Take an actual dab, too.
By these YouTubers. Now, granted, they are bigger and more popular than I, but I'm willing to go on to Crowder's platform, and if he doesn't do any editing, I'm willing to say, keep it on your platform. You don't need it on mine. Like, I mean, I'm willing to do whatever they want that they think would inhibit my subscriber count to make that happen. And here's the thing.
The reason why I was bringing up,
but Brandon,
I'm sorry.
Steven will never do it. And the only thing I can tell you is, like, look, I don't know you from Adam or Eve. I took your phone call because I take phone calls almost every single day. There's no screener. You weren't screened when you came on, right?
No, sir, I was not.
And I take these calls because I want people to see my ideas challenged, because that's the only way they can see if they're legitimate. And
no, I'm not your cousin, Brian. Sorry, I was reading somebody's chat. Somebody said they had a cousin named Brandon in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Not the right one.
Okay. And my point is that I want and those other shows, they don't expose themselves to those challenges. There's a reason why they go on their own shows and they're guests on each other's shows, is because they want to stay in a bubble and they don't want you to hear other ideas that may be more sound than the ones that they're selling. Now, I can tell you this right now. We're going to clip this video with you talking, and Steven's going to watch it. He's definitely going to watch it. It's clear they've been monitoring the show. And they're going to tell themselves that you were a plant, that you are actually a fan of my show and that you just came on to do this.
Oblex is getting on to the whole ordeal too. Wow.
And so all I can tell you is that I can send Steven a picture of my Crowder mug that I had to pay for. So I mean, this ain't no plan. I'm a real person. And I'll actually say this. I've actually wanted to speak with Crowder, even though we are on the same what's the word I'm looking for?
Ideological side.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm not a great speaker, so I have a hard time with coming up with the right words. But yeah, what you just said. Me and him align with a lot of things. I mean, there's things there's very few, but there's things that I don't agree with him with. But I just actually wanted to talk with him. So I mean, no, I'm not a plant. I am subscribed to him, and I am a paid subscriber. And then I haven't heard about you until what transpired this morning.
Would you have been upset? Let me ask you this: as a proud member of the Mug Club, would you be upset if Steven had brought me on? You didn't know who I was, but I come on and he introduces me as a progressive or a socialist or a liberal or whatever it is that Steven would have done. Maybe he would say girly or something like that. I don't know. But would you be upset as a member of the Mug Club, as a OG fan of Steven Crowder's, for him to have a debate with somebody that only has like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, does that really matter to you?
Right?
Would I be upset with it? No. Now, the point I was trying to make, and then you had something you needed to say. The reason why the whole numbers thing comes into play, it's kind of like with the rap industry. An artist I listen to is independent. He has no outside help whatsoever. And what happens is
Tom McDonald.
you get all these little people, and please, I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way that you're a little person. You got 1 million subscribers. I mean, that's a feat in itself. I could probably get less than 500. The problem is you get these littler people.
You know, brother, I actually feel you on that one. I too have less than 500 subscribers, but we're working on that right now, actually, as we speak. So hey, if you like what you've seen so far, please go ahead and subscribe or hit that like button, and we can speak real slow. Hell, if you hit the subscribe, you can actually see a little zombie running across your screen. It's absolutely true. Boop, 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 boop. Anyways.
Who want to throw diss tracks at you, okay? And then what they do is they get the views, the clicks, the plays, and the money off of those views, clicks, and plays off of their diss, because you turn around and you diss them back. It works the same way with your media too, as far as in the political world, and that's what's happening with all this. And that's why I made the call that I made and said, Steven, from a paid subscriber, please debate this guy, because I actually want to hear you two have a conversation, because I want to hear both sides. Now, granted, I'm probably not going to agree with most of what you say. I have my ways about things, and it's just, but I'm willing to listen, and I'm willing to engage and not get in a really heated debate about it. I can actually just talk. I'm talking to you right now, and I've heard some of the things you've said, and I don't agree. And I will say this, and I'm not bitching about it. It's just it's kind of bullshit. One of your moderators, Autumn Leave, like she's sitting there in the comments saying, "Hey, bully this guy. One bad JK you are because I'm a Crowder supporter."
Okay, yeah, well, that's not. We're going to talk to that moderator. That's not appropriate. But Brandon, let me ask you
what
this.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
I want that exchange of ideas too, and I want that viewpoint. And if you hear me out and compare our different arguments and walk away with your mind completely unchanged, then so be it. Let me ask you this: is there an instance? Because like I say, I take phone calls from everybody. And people can anybody
crack
can
down
on
on
the
your
show
mods
with the free
for
app.
encouraging bullying.
It doesn't matter.
That's not cool.
But I don't know if that's the case with Crowder's show. I don't know if you guys have a special mug club like a forum or something like that. But I can tell you, I would. We're gonna cut this into a video. I would link the video in that forum, in Steven's forum, and I would ask your fellow mug clubbers to ask Steven, maybe if you guys ask him politely, he will engage. And if it takes apology on my part for busting in and ruining his time with Ethan, I'm willing to do that too. I want to show that I'm,
Maupin has a book on
going to show
Cop
my proper respects to Steven, and that, I am, I'm willing to do this in a respectful manner. So you can help out. Let me put it this way. You have more power to make this happen than I do at this point. So I'll give you the last word.
Oh, okay. Well, I really hated I couldn't see the debate between him and Ethan. I was actually wanting to hear about it because this whole CDC thing's a joke to me anyway.
I'm willing to argue that point that Ethan was making. I tried to make that clear during the thing. Like I did not go in there expecting like, hey, Steven, I want to talk to you about critical race theory. Or I want to talk to you about something you weren't expecting. I said right from the beginning, if you go back, I'm willing to.
Okay. Why would you title your videos things like like the debate on tankies, Caleb versus Vosh. Okay, that literally just is what happened. Vosh equates China with neo-Nazis and Holocaust denial. No, if anyone actually watched that debate, he equates your defense of things with the neo-Nazis' defense of like Hitler, and then you do deny the Uyghur genocide. You do deny a Holocaust or a genocide specifically, like the Uyghur Muslim genocide.
To talk about the CDC and big tech.
But the problem with it was, and this is where Stephen quote unquote took offense to you jumping in, is Ethan was apparently talking to him on Twitter.
I'm sorry. I know. I just destroying BreadTube with the Communist Manifesto, which isn't even theory. It's not even theory. Come on, Maupin. You're so fucking dumb. BreadTube, a deprogrammer, second time a farce. Okay, I have to know though. What is this? Oh wait, the source is covering it?
Pause it.
Wait, what? What? That's what BreadTube's all been about this whole time? I had no idea. Cultivated to...
Thank you.
Maupin has a book on Pop Mala. Well, it's probably a good book. I assume. I assume we're on the same page there. Where we're not on the same page is things like, I don't know, I don't think Jewish international bankers are the ones single-handedly destroying the world. I also don't think that there's a problem with trans ideology, and that I just can't possibly have an opinion on it because I don't understand or know anything about trans ideology. You know? All right, I want to quickly see this Caleb Maupin thing.
Even though I went to court with police.
Around 1:34, it's just getting hilarious. All right, well, why don't we start at 1:32, and then we're going to learn about how he's being assassinated.
Disturbing, right? And the synthetic left is toxic and dangerous. It's toxic and dangerous. It is extremely toxic and extremely dangerous. And there's a reason we have to stand up about this. The BreadTube book is coming out next week. It'll be available next week. It'll be up online for sale. It's done. It's done. I've seen it. It's, I'm loading the files. It's done. So the BreadTube book is done. And this is why I started the stream by saying this isn't inside baseball. This isn't inside baseball, right? I mean, it sounds like a bunch of people we've never heard of arguing with people that we've never heard of, right? That's what it sounds like, right?
Because mostly it is.
But at the end of the day, this matters, right? The fact that there are hundreds of thousands of people who are being cultivated to murder and kill leftists.
No? I generally follow peaceful methods,
Pause it.
Wait, what? What?
That's
what
Sam
BreadTube's all
Cedar.
been about
Pause
this
it.
whole time? I had no idea. Cultivated to murder and kill leftists. Damn. So that's what H-Bomb and ContraPoints and, Abigail had been doing this whole time. All of them. They were cultivating a murder squad. A massive murder squad. I had no idea. I missed the subtext. Because clearly there was something going on that I
right?
had no
What the
idea
fuck?
about.
It's a little bit dangerous, don't you think? Don't you think that's a little bit scary?
That sounds horrifying. I just didn't know.
Little scary, isn't it? The fact that Vosh is on there trying to incite people to kill us, right?
Really? I have never. Can anybody find me a clip of Vosh advocating for somebody to kill people like Caleb Maupin, tankies, or anybody, or kill actual leftists? I haven't heard it.
Wait. I mean, I know Vosh is controversial. I know there's the Vosh bad meme. I have yet to see the clip where Vosh is like, now all of you go assassinate in Roblox Caleb Maupin. I'm going to need each and every one of you to, in Roblox, assassinate, in Minecraft, Roblox, Caleb Maupin. That's what's going to happen.
Right? The fact that ContraPoints has a whole video that says, you know, that, oh, someone's a fascist if they use this hand sign or that hand sign. These people are very dangerous, okay?
Oh,
Pointing out ways to identify fascism is causing him
This
to...
book...
Wait. Hold on. ContraPoints. Pointing out ways, you know, hand signs that fascists use to help people identify them. Has you worried that you're going to get assassinated and you claim to be a leftist? What the fuck, Caleb Maupin? Are you the Ben Shapiro school of thought that fascism is just barely to the right of communism? Like, what?
Book is going to be just new levels of conspiratorial nonsense. It's amazing. Yeah, ContraPoints does have videos like that. And they're for deprogramming. I mean, holy shit. There's a whole bunch of people who have come out and said that, like, it was thanks to ContraPoints' video on fascism, where she spoke our language and was able to identify the same things we did, that it actually helped pull me away from that world.
And I mean, I can keep repeating myself. I do repeat myself a lot, and some people find that to be very annoying. So I'm going to stop repeating myself on this point, because if I haven't gotten through to you yet, there's nothing more I can say. This stuff is very, very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And I know people are in the chat and saying, oh, it's not dangerous. No. Look, I went to go support the students at the cafeteria at New School University. Group of students, Maoists, anarchists, Trotskyites, went to go occupy their cafeteria. I went to New School to support them, and I was told that I had to leave because I was a fascist. All right?
You are!
That was in 2018. Right?
Holy shit. What's bothering me today? Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subbies. Everyone who just got a sub from What's Bothering Me Today, give him a big thank you. And go check out his channel if you haven't already. YouTube.com/What's Bothering Me Today. He tells you on a daily basis, well, this may surprise you, what's bothering him today. So go check that out. Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
This is so glorious.
Why didn't I just do that?
This is so absolutely unadulterated.
Fuck.
Incredible. So I think I understand where this whole thing is coming from.
Retro something hard like political commentary.
Has been identified.
I'm trying to help organize leftists.
I know it's an ASBO conference because it was featuring.
And also to criticize people like Jimmy Dore and expose them as not leftists.
Of Nazbolery. I'm talking about National Bolshevism. He spoke at that conference where he was saying a very large amount of sketchy far-right stuff. Oh, Megaron, thanks. Good to see you. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. It's better now, Megaron. It's better now. Sky Comet Fallen, thank you for the 200 biddies. So, yeah, here's what I think went down. Caleb Maupin speaks at an ASBO conference. Bad Empanada finds the clips of him doing that, posts them on the internet. The internet goes wild. The internet then shares them. Me and Thought Slime see them, and we are immediately entertained. I then find the clips of him interviewing that hardcore turf, talking about trans ideology. And in that clip, obviously, ruthlessly make fun of both of them. And then afterwards, he puts out a video attacking Thought Slime. And that video, of course, is the one that lives in infamy, where he thinks the fact that Thought Slime can't pronounce Burger King correctly is indicative of the fact that he's never actually worked for a fast food restaurant in his life, and then goes on this weird, bizarre rant, which, again, is one of the greatest parts of the internet.
That's, you know, pretty anti-worker from somebody who claims to be a communist. Making fun of a fellow proletarian. Like, he's a worker. And you make fun of him. Because he has an accent.
Talking about how, well, people on the left reject slime. We don't like slime. We like things that are clean. And so because of that, you can understand why Thought Slime is not a true leftist, because he embraces slime. So this all kind of boils over into everyone starting to call out Caleb Maupin for his very shady ties. Now, it's not just the fact, remember, that he has spoken at an ASBO conference with one of the founding fathers of National Bolshevism. That's not the only reason he's being accused of some shady shit. He also wrote a book about how international bankers and their systems of usury, of course, are responsible for a lot of the ills of the world, and then directly associates the bankers with Israel, which of course is pretty sketchy. He no longer sells that book on Amazon. It's gone taken down after, once again, we did a little expose on it, read some passages, read some reviews, how deeply anti-Semitic the book actually was, and then that just, it kind of disappeared from the internet. It's not on Amazon anymore.
It seems like people who defend Stalin and the people who defend Hitler aren't too far fucking apart. I wonder why. Maybe because Stalin and Hitler were actually going to work together, but Stalin was too greedy for Hitler's tastes.
I mean, when it was on Amazon, it was like $100. It was a very expensive book. I haven't had the pleasure of pulling it apart. We got to read some clips thanks to the online copies that people were sharing. So I think because of all that, Caleb's probably gotten some backlash. Probably gotten a handful of people who have, started calling him out on this long and sordid history of sketchiness. And so because of that, he's...
Oh my god. Vosh is funding Hamas to take out Caleb.
He's pieced the whole thing together as a conspiracy.
$294,000 just to be able to take out Caleb Maupin, apparently.
$900. Wow, he's upped the price significantly. But because of that, I think all of this combined, he thinks that there is a conspiracy by BreadTube to assassinate him. Like, to have him Robloxed. Which couldn't be further from the truth. He's just a clown. He's just such a clown that people have just been roasting him for his clownery. Like, that's all this is. No one's ever asked for calls to violence. Please, don't ever injure this man. He's a beautiful creature. We need him to keep doing what he's doing because it's so infinitely entertaining. I want more Caleb Maupin books.
I've been out on the street, reporting, and I've had people I've never met before walk up to me and start shouting at me about, oh, I know who you are, you work with Dugan, and I heard about you, and I've had random people I've never met walk up to me and start screaming.
I wonder why.
Oh, it's out. BreadTube serves imperialism, examining the new brand of internet pseudo-social. A group of liberal commentators with shady origins, loosely calling themselves BreadTube, have become the primary online pro-socialist voices. The ideology that BreadTubers espouse, however, is not consistent with Marxist-Leninism or genuine anti-capitalism. Drawing from the works of Marx, Lenin, Mao Zedong, William Foster, Palmdut, Peter Kropotkin, and other revolutionary thinkers, Caleb Maupin shows that BreadTube has emerged due to a power struggle within the U.S. ruling class. Maupin contrasts the BreadTube worldview of pessimism, anti-populism, and postmodernism with the hopeful
Bro. At least 3 of the people considered BreadTube don't even live in America. They're from Britain. One of them's from Germany.
Project of 21st century socialism around the world. He urges working people to reject the dead end of identity politics, liberalism, and degrowth, and instead stand against the decaying imperialism and its drive towards fascism and war by embracing Russia. Here's the thing. I'm gonna guess the liberal commentators with shady origins. He's probably gonna talk about Vosh and Vosh's like sex pest stories, or perhaps the number of clips that circulate, the tactical N-word and stuff. That'll probably be the introduction to Vosh, and to talk about the shady background. No reviews yet. All right, well, I guess I gotta order this. I'm gonna be directly supporting Caleb Maupin and his entire organization.
At me that I'm a closet white supremacist, okay? The left forum didn't happen this year, all right? It's the Haitian coup. Okay, all right, we'll write that down. Haitian coup.
Albino cave woman, thank you.
I don't know if I would be welcome at the left
cartoon,
forum. I don't know if it would be safe for me to go to the left forum at this point. There are so many people who've decided that I am a white supremacist, and that's very scary to me. It's very scary, and I worry about my wife's safety also. I worry.
Okay, jokes aside, I'm just gonna get serious for 2 seconds. Please, no one ever threaten Caleb Maupin or his family. That is absolutely ghoulish behavior, and shame on
True. Don't do that. Yeah. Anybody here? Don't go threaten him. I mean, make fun of him, but don't threaten him.
you if you're doing that. Just don't threaten people's families at all, ever. Doesn't matter if the person themselves is the worst person on the planet. Don't go after Tucker Carlson's kids. Don't go after Tucker Carlson's wife, okay? The two of them didn't sign on to Tucker Carlson's white supremacist empire, and that fucking sucks that people would do something like that. So never, ever do that. Kenny from Philly, thank you. I appreciate it. Don't threaten people, We're here to win in the marketplace of ideas. And that's typically what's been happening in terms of our back and forth with Caleb, right? Like, Caleb made that hilarious video about Thought Slime. Thought Slime obliterates him in another video. Caleb makes yet another one that says, like, BreadTube is dead, all hail the king, or something like that. And then me and Thought Slime made another video absolutely obliterating that one, because it was very unusual for a man who proclaims to be a Marxist-Leninist to not have the slightest idea about what he was talking about when it came to Marxism. That was bizarre as well. And I assume he's read way more Marx than I ever have. If
That's actually really funny, because I mean, I've read a lot of theory. I have. I can't lie. Well, I say read a lot. I've also listened to a decent portion of it, because I drive a lot for work, so I'm in a car. What do? Listen to music, watch political videos, or listen to audiobooks on theory. All the audiobooks are free. I've read a few on PC as well. I don't own any because I'm poor. I don't know how people can sit there and just be like, oh yeah, I just bought all the volumes of Capital and got fucking Mutual Aid and Conquest of Bread on order as well. All at once. And I'm like, how? I can't afford this. The true struggle. So I just read mine off the internet. Marxist.org is actually a really good source. As a matter of fact, I haven't finished the overall document. This is the point right here, okay? I got an introduction. It's going to have to say, by necessity, this document will include anarchist theory due to overlapping components and theory of anarcho-communism, a fact that anarchists have to be socialists before they can become, to be an anarchist, one must first be a socialist. I hit Marxism. I've got some baseline shit on Trotskyism, Maoism, Stalinism, Leninism, Marxism, orthodox Marxism. And then I've got all of this. Over 50 sources that I've linked for this document that I've read. All of them. Some of those links are literally just links to entire works of like Stalin or Lenin. I've read them. I may not remember every single bit of every single one of them. But I've gone over like everything in that document. Every source. And I'll probably have to go over them 2 or 3 more times before I fully nail it in. But having gone over this, I can tell you that Caleb Maupin doesn't understand Marxism. He can recite random bits from different books, but he doesn't understand. And this is the problem I have with all people like Maupin. they will throw out arguments that theorists used without understanding the actual logic behind it. They don't think, oh, well, material conditions are different here in this time and country than they were there when they made those arguments. Theory is not a shifting thing where you have to follow the logic that was used in the theory to formulate your next step, but a rigid structure. That's how they view it. They read State and Revolution and then they treat it like a Bible. They're like, you have to do exactly this. And it's like, no. For one, doing exactly that. We have the benefit of hindsight. Doing exactly what Lenin advocated for in State and Revolution, like they kind of did, leads to the USSR. Leads to Stalin, leads to gulags, leads to famines. It's just not good, folks. It's not good.
All of a sudden, he came on the stream right now and was like, I want to debate Marxism, I would probably get floored because he would probably be able to quote so many things. That doesn't mean that he's not misinterpreting a lot of key points, though, in his knowledge of it.
True.
Maupin has a book on Kop Mala. Well, it's probably a good book, I assume. I assume we're on the same page there. Where we're not on the same page is things like, I don't know, I don't think Jewish international bankers are the ones single-handedly destroying the world. I also don't think that there's a problem with trans ideology and that I just can't possibly have an opinion on it because I don't understand or know anything about trans ideology, you know? Kamala Harris in the Future of America, an essay in 3 parts. Is there a link to his old one, Satan? It wasn't Satan at the Fountainhead. Or was it Satan at the Fountainhead? Was that the name of it? About the lascivious nature. It is. Oh my god, you're not kidding. It's $900. Hold on. That wasn't a bit. Satan at the Fountainhead. $902.81.
What?
Wow. Just wow. The Israel lobby and the financial crisis. Satan at the Fountainhead. It just gets better. Are the reviews still here? Great book from start to finish. The book spans blah, blah, blah. I love how I'm in the Spanish version of this, too. Oh, shit. Did he delete the review? Oh, no.
No. No. Look at this. Satan at the Fountainhead says there's no connection between Jewish people and the contemporary Zionism.
Here it is. Defines 19th century European anti-Semitism as the reason for rising poverty as well as the decline of traditional values. Maupin tells us this kind of anti-Semitism no longer exists. Revulsion over the Holocaust is wiped out. Strangely, pages 270 to 271 are the only pages in the book where Maupin mentions the Holocaust. He brings it up only to rule out contemporary concerns about the rising anti-Semitism as out of order. But this book exists as an example of the old Semitic wine in trendy new anti-Zionist bottles. It's a resource and rationalization for Jew hatred in the 21st century. Anti-Semitism is not a historical question superseded by events. Jew hatred is by default setting in capitalism in all historical periods. It is used to deflect, disorient, and demoralize those seeking for a scientific understanding of class exploitation and a road towards the infight and the dictatorship of the capital. Poverty, war, racism, union busting, and the pornographication of the...
Okay, so there was a thing that Karl Marx wrote about Jewish people that seems really anti-Semitic until you understand that A, he is Jewish, and B, the history that Jewish people were forced into. They didn't have a religious law against usury. They didn't care. But they didn't really do much with it, but all banking works this way. They figured that out. Like, this is just how banking works. You have to charge interest. However, the Catholic Church and the Catholic Church was the only one in power. They had banned usury, wasn't allowed. So they needed people to, run their fucking banks because they wouldn't work otherwise, and they chose Jewish people and forced them into that identity, into that slot. And then people do all sorts of anti-Semitic shit afterwards, like a whole bunch of shit. I mean, they were already being persecuted at that point, but
bourgeois politics are laid safely at the feet of the wealthy cabal of international Jewish puppeteers, shielding the capitalist ruling class of each nation.
Jesus.
This is what I'm talking about when I talk about Caleb Maupin being sketch. You know, when I talk about Caleb Maupin being sus, this is exactly what I'm referencing. Because sus. This is hella sus, hella strange.
Worry about my wife's safety. She gets weird messages from people. She gets harassed all the time, and she's not doing political stuff.
Post-proof.
The way I am at all. I mean, she does her own thing. She fights for the rights of domestic workers. She's a nanny. She works with children, and these people have targeted her, right?
Yeah,
these
that's
people are evil. Okay, Ben Burgess, Vosh, Skippy the Bear.
Wait, Ben Burgess, Vosh, and Skippy the Bear are trying to. Vosh doesn't ever engage with Maupin. They had one debate like over a year ago, and Maupin got blown the fuck out. And now he's like, I don't know. I guess he has suffered some sort of psychological trauma. If y'all have seen that, if you haven't seen that debate, we'll go over it later, like at another date. Because that shit was funny. But as it sits right now, no, we can't do that. We're gonna have to cut this short too, because it's already like what time is it? Yeah, 9:46, and I've gotta again get up early and go to work.
Okay, the Ben Burgess part is fucking amazing too. This just keeps getting better and better. Ben Burgess
but we're gonna
made
watch
a very mild critique of one of Caleb's posts. It wasn't even outrageous. It was just like, question mark, right? And Caleb lost his shit at him. Immediately quote tweets him, and he's like, this neocon imperialist is a McCarthyite from like a bygone era and all this.
Dude, he does that all the fucking time. I don't know. I don't know. Why does he do it? Why does he do it?
Ben Burgess was like, what the fuck? He's like, we've never interacted before, ever. Like, I have no idea why you're going this hard. I was just giving you a mild critique. Like, holy shit, dude.
These people are evil, okay?
Who is Skippy the Bear? Who is I love how he's like, Ben Burgess, Vosh, Skippy the Bear. Yeah, all three of those, the three most prominent bread tubers of all time.
Don't think that they're not, you want to say, oh, it's just a tit for tat. No, these are evil people. These are vicious, evil people, okay? And I probably sound a little alarmist by saying that. These are vicious, evil people. Read about Indonesia, right? Indonesia, there was God forbid, a tankie was the president, and the CIA overthrew the government, and they murdered 500,000 people. And there were so many dead bodies that the rivers in 1965 in Indonesia got clogged. And these people basically are...
Wait, Skippy the Bear is Thought Slime? Really? Is that his nickname for him? Or is that something I don't know about? Does the lore go so deep? And how are you conflating what happened in Indonesia, which, yes, is true. The CIA did do some incredibly shady shit under multiple U.S. presidents, with BreadTube. BreadTube is a fucking group of people on the internet loosely connected by a Reddit thread. That's it. There are a bunch, like, if you want to critique BreadTube, there's a lot of ways to do it and a lot of ways to be effective at it, okay? You can easily talk about the fact that there's this weird celebrity culture worship around it. You can talk about the fact that it is a market, first and foremost, and people are applying to that market. That a whole bunch of people popped up after the success of ContraPoints and Abigail and H-Bomber Guy and wanted to emulate that and create more products for that market, not just with the sole purpose of, like, furthering leftism. You can also critique thought it was going to be. I don't
want to kill them, Ben Burgess, I don't like him. I don't want to kill him. And I'm not telling people he's a Nazi, right? Vosh, don't like him.
Ben Burgess has never told anyone to kill you. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
I don't like them. I've never called them a Nazi. I've never pushed anybody towards them. But I've told you that they're evil and they want to kill me. I've told you, my rabid followers who will stay with me even though you watch me get blown out and misinterpret everything all the time. You you watch me freak and just lose it whenever somebody mildly criticizes me. You just go. I just you just lose it. But his rabid fans, they stay with him, and he calls them evil.
that is such a ridiculous claim to the point of being absolutely absurd. He had a mild critique of something you said online and you lost your shit. Like, you are such a clown. I can't believe this. Oh my god. Like, fucking Neil.
Okay, I have to know. This is important. Very, very important. No, I don't want to. Now, how do I? He hasn't. He hasn't tweeted about it in a long time, huh? Did he delete all the Vosh tweets? Because he had been tweeting about Vosh for. Wait, why does it not? Why does that not work? But he literally. Yeah, this is brain dead right here. If you hate Vosh, buy my book. I don't know why it's not pulling up Vosh on here. Because he literally is right here in this tweet. Am I misspelling it? I don't want to search Twitter. How do I do a keyword search on his shit? Huh. I don't know how you do that. Seriously, y'all, how do you do a keyword search? Because I thought it was just here. Here, we'll just start. Go. Is that it? Yeah, I don't know how you do the. Maupins. It's just at Caleb Maupin. Okay. Okay. Let us start. All right. We're gonna start and see just how much he actually mentions Vosh, even though he says that Vosh mentions him all the time. All Vosh's buddies who hate. Okay. By calling tankies fascist, he's dog whistling to Antifa that they should violently attack. No, not at all. He's just stupid. Replying to "You are scum, Vosh. There's nothing wrong with being a tanky." At Vosh. Caleb Maupin is an idiot. Joseph Goebbels Vosh. Now Vosh, would you have the bodies me and other tankies dumped in the streets? Wow. Yeah, see, look at this. Every single one of these mentions Vosh, is tagging Vosh. No, that's not a thing. He's making things up. See? Here. What, are you regularly watching Styx, X, and Hammer and following their discourse, my dude? No, you spoke like 6 times is actually a bad thing because you wouldn't shut the fuck up. You just wouldn't shut up. You just kept going. A debate's supposed to be a back and forth, Caleb. Like, look at this. Mal the Infidel is a very impartial person. He didn't he was selected by Vosh to make sure he could interrupt. Didn't happen. Insult, well, yeah, etc. with no restraint. No, Mouthy did get onto Vosh in that debate. So he's obviously just wrong and lying. So let's see. Every single one of these tweets, all of them, are involving Vosh. Huh. Go to an advanced search. Let's see. What's this? I'm starting to wonder who actually is the one who talks about who all the time. And is trying to slide he's trying to slide calls to violence on Vosh and people he doesn't like by saying that they're evil and they're out to get him.
Neocon McCarthyite, fucking imperialist, upholding the values of the U.S. imperialism.
I just have to.
Fucking, oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I want the Vosh version.
He ain't a Nazi, though. I'm not trying to kill him, right? These people are very, very, very dangerous, okay? That's all I can say. That's all I can say, right? They're very, very dangerous.
It's a good thing that he's decided.
Yeah.
I will first respond to what was said. You'll notice China is one of the few governments in the world that actually supports workers when they go out on strike.
With so much language,
that's
like
not accurate.
The glorious state,
at all.
like works in tied with the workers to. No, independent labor unions are illegal. People have tried to form unions and it's been cracked out on.
I.e., U.S. controlled.
No, independent doesn't mean U.S. controlled. Freedom.
See, that's his defense for everything. Oh, what you're talking about is something U.S. controlled. No.
not in any way, shape, or form. Even the individual act of forming unions is banned by the government, and union organizers face a wide variety of pushback.
Unions. That's
No, they
that
have
doesn't
one union.
But I'm going to let you finish. I don't want to interrupt. We don't
Yeah,
want to
they
interrupt
have
each other.
one
Keep
union,
going.
not
He also
independent
wasn't
unions. It doesn't really count.
Regions that are a little more free market.
Why not just be honest with you? Just go on Iranian TV and talk about how American like devils are going to rid the entire world of like the well-being of their children or something.
All right. Well, for the purposes of this conversation, I would like to try and stay away.
And here's the moderator coming in and being like, "Hey, don't go after his job."
Away from discussing.
That's right. I only need to do it once. No problem.
His possible.
When our government and our media is trying to demonize countries, they
engaging in a genocide. Though the societies are not exactly the same, there are many, many differences between the two. When we talk about a top-down, authoritarian, xenophobic, ethno-state-like society that imposes state's will on the people, but then promises that the glory of the people will be brought about by the sovereignty and the power of the authoritarian, unelected state, I think a little bit maybe, and that's kind of the argument that you've made as well, my dude. You haven't really made any arguments about the autonomy of the worker or the abolition of the commodity form. Every word out of your mouth to defend China has been defending authoritarianism, which makes me think you're not really a socialist. I read you this passage from Karl Marx on the third address in May 1871. But the working class cannot simply lay hold of the ready-made state machinery and wield it for its own purposes. The centralized state power, with its ubiquitous organs of standing army, police, bureaucracy, clergy, and judicature, organs wrought after the plan of a systemic and hierarchical division of labor, originates from the days of absolute monarchy, serving nascent middle-class society as a mighty weapon in its struggle against feudalism. Or in essence, the workers
when it's time to build
wait. You actually can't wait. Hold on. So just in case there are any people of like your IQ or lower,
says that a country is evil, we just have to buy it,
so
right?
disbelieving a single,
or else you're a Nazi, right?
Disbelieving a single data point is the same as being in favor with an authoritarian regime and then bringing up a number of
when it's time to build
wait. You actually can't wait. Hold on. So just in case there are any people of like your IQ or lower who are listening, bad as you, just you. You're the one doing the genocide. This is like when I argue with fascists and they're like, you want to kill all white people.
That spit on civil rights in socialist
Hold on.
countries and had Nelson Mandela.
That is
what
like
you're
genocide.
doing.
This is one of the best parts. Oh my god.
Okay,
Here.
I mean, I don't need to have you shot. This isn't China, so that's not how we respond to political dissidents. But
That right there completely blows out any claim that Caleb Maupin makes about people like Vosh trying to have him assassinated. He straight up, it says right here, well, I don't need to have you shot. This isn't China. We don't do that to political dissidents.
But yeah, that's insane. Like this
Well,
is like
what you're
genocide
doing. When
denial.
you call tankies fascists, everyone knows you're dog whistling to anarchists and Antifa to be violent. You are calling for violence. You would have had Nelson Mandela beaten up by Antifa. You would have had Albert Einstein punched in the face. You that defend socialist countries and question the lies about them in media with Nazis. That's what you're doing.
That's all you ever need to know about Caleb Maupin. And with that, I'm going to wrap up. I hope you have a wonderful night, those of you who were here. It's seriously been pretty great. If you liked, hit that like button before you dip, and if you really liked it, or you want to come back and hate watch me and call me some sort of slow talking libcuck, then maybe hit that subscribe button and maybe ring the little bell so you can do it as frequently as I go live. You can just come in here and hate watch me the entire time. All right? Please do. Bring all your friends to sub. You can talk shit about me. Don't care. So,